While Sho was playing, he found a severed lizard's tail on the ground. When he showed it to his father told him an innocent lie to comfort him. If you bury this in the soil and chant a spell, it will come back to life. The child obeyed his father and did exactly that. Coincidentally, a new, live lizard crawled out of the soil right there. Seeing this, the boy became convinced that he possessed the power to resurrect the dead, and this superstition took deep root in his mind. But the real trouble began one afternoon when the father received a call from the police. He learned that his wife and son had met with a terrible car accident. The father rushed frantically to the hospital, but there, the doctors gave him devastating news. His son was no longer in this world. Hearing this, the father broke down completely. Just then, a miracle of nature occurred. A massive bolt of lightning struck outside the hospital, causing a power outage and short-circuiting the machines. Whether due to that shock or a miracle, the child's heartbeat suddenly returned. Although the son was saved, unfortunately, his mother could not survive. A few days later, when they returned home, the father was crying in memory of his wife. The son came to him and pulled out a handkerchief from his pocket. Inside it was his mother's severed finger, which he had probably found at the accident site. Actually, the child wanted to bury his mother's finger in the garden soil so that she would come back to life. Although it was a lie, the father didn't stop him because doing so would have broken his son's heart. After telling his father, the boy brought the finger to the garden, buried it in the soil, and started chanting the spell every day. Many years later, on the wife's death anniversary, people from the company visited their home. A female employee named Hashimoto was also there. But the strange thing was that the boy, who had now grown up, was staring at that woman with a terrifying gaze, as if she were his enemy. There was a deep secret behind this. In a flashback, we learn that 7 years ago, on the same day as the mother's accident, Hashimoto was being harassed by her boss at the office. Sho's father intervened and saved her. Out of fear and gratitude, Hashimoto had hugged the father tightly. Perhaps the power of that buried finger or the boy had sensed this, which is why a spirit was now haunting that girl. After this, strange events began to happen to Hashimoto. While working in the office, her nose suddenly started dripping blood. She began receiving eerie silence and blank calls on her phone. She thought it might be work stress, but little did she know that even more terrifying events were about to happen.